to VLOGMAS. Today we're going to talk to you guys about some of the less talked about experiences that you may have with owning a large breed. Look, Sasa. Look, Sasa girl. Look, Sasa girl. Oh, she's so sweet. See how she looked at me? Listen, today's Vlogmas video is sponsored by Yuffie Pet, and I'm so excited to share with you guys today's video. We're gonna be talking about our top tips for owning a large breed, whether you are embarking on it for the first time in terms of being a dog owner, or you're just thinking about, you know, getting a new dog and you want them to be a little larger, or you have a big dog and you're kind of struggling with incorporating them into your home and lifestyle. We're gonna help you guys with that. You ready to get real, Sasa? I'm ready to get real with them. We love Sasa girl. If you guys are new to my channel, listen, okay, Sasa is a 120-pound Cane Corso, which is also an Italian Mastiff, and she is 3 now? She is 3 years old. She is the sweetest dog, you guys. We absolutely fell in love with her breed when we got her. The whole choice to get a Cane Corso to begin with was my husband's idea because this breed is definitely one of his favorites. Sansa done pushed him all out the way. She's like, listen, if this video is about me, I need to be the one in the camera. See, that's the thing. Big dogs, they move you right on over. She's sliding chairs, sliding the carpet. Girl, she loves the attention, she loves the affection. But anyway, I was saying the choice to get her was Anthony's idea because it's kind of your favorite breed. How long have you been a lover of the Cane Corso?
Probably at least 10 years.
Yeah. When was your first time experiencing the Cane Corso?
A neighbor had one.
Your neighbor had one? Oh.
Yeah, so.
And your uncle had a Mastiff too.
Yeah.
I'm new to the Cane Corso breed life because my favorite dog has always been the Pit Bull, and then I was into the Bully for a stint, and I've just always really loved the larger breeds because for me it seems like they are the most misunderstood, and for some reason I have a tendency to root for the underdog, no pun. And so when Anthony, you know, expressed to me when we first got this house that he wanted to get a large dog and he knew he wanted it to be an Italian Mastiff, I was like, oh, okay, we gotta do it. Cane Corso is the Italian, you know, pronunciation. You probably have heard people say Cane Corso. So that's kind of how we've heard people pronounce it. But yeah, it's supposed to be Cane Corso. So we want to give respect to the breed and pronounce it the way it's supposed to be. So Cane Corso. Sasha looked at me like, yeah. So anyway, I wanted to share with you guys some of our top tips for people embarking on adopting a large breed for the first time, or people who just need to feel a little bit more confident in their ownership of a large breed. Rule number 1.
Do your research.
Do your research. Preliminary research, okay? So do it before you get the dog.
Just the bloodline.
Yeah, if you can.
Yeah, the bloodline. Also, research on the breed. Make sure that breed is right for you. You have these breeds, they like to be active, they like to walk, they love to run. You know, just do a little research on, you know, the size estimate of the dog, how big are they expected to get, some of the breed's tendencies, the reputation of the breed, just so you're prepared, you know, for what you're getting into. And the fur care, that was another big one. Like, does this dog shed? Do they have to be cut? Because that's gonna help you with your routine, like your grooming routine. So just knowing that in advance can kind of help you prepare your house for the dog. And even with like the Cane Corso, they have an undercoat. So people, you would think they're a short-haired breed, so you'll think they won't shed, but they actually do shed. Yeah,
that's right. And Sansa sheds a lot, and her fur is actually kind of heavy in the sense that it doesn't like float around the house. You know how like you have those golden retrievers and their fur is so fine that it just kind of, you'll just kind of see it all day long, just kind of floating through the house. Sansa's hair does not do that. It falls off of her body and it hits the floor, honey, or any surface that's on the floor. So it's kind of easier to keep her area clean and to keep the rest of the house clean.
No, so we take her, you know, we put her on like a little regimen. Take her to the groomer quite often.
And speaking of routine, right? I actually have a whole cleaning routine that is just around Sansa being here in our house. So I just know that every day you're gonna be cleaning. Every day I'm sweeping the floor, every single day. There's not a day that goes by. First of all, we have a 5-year-old, okay? So there's that. But speaking of the 5-year-old, she's hanging out in the hallway upstairs playing and stuff. But yeah, so I sweep the floor every single day, and I actually use a cordless vacuum cleaner, because sometimes with sweeping, you're kind of have the chance of pushing particles back up into the air. So with that cordless vacuum, it just sucks it all in. So there's nothing going up in the air. I'm able to thoroughly clean the floor. And I actually have a mop that is specifically for Sansa, because she drools, and then when she's eating or drinking, sometimes the floor gets a little dirty in that area. So if we're not feeding her or having her drink outside, if she's doing it in the house, I know that I'm gonna have to mop right after. So I'm already prepared for that. So it's an everyday sort of thing to address you know, her hygiene. But the best thing you can do is to keep your dog clean, because a clean dog is a clean house in most cases. And the great thing about having the designated area for Sansa is that it's a place that she kind of feels as her own, right? It's not a crate, right? So she's not locked into a small confined space. Having an area that's just for her, you know, sometimes Sansa will go in the laundry room when no one has asked her to. She just goes there because that's where her bed is, all of her little toys and little cushion things that she can cuddle up with, and she'll just go in there on her own, you know, without even being asked to, because she feels like that's her room, right? To get away from the chaos of whatever else is going on in the house. And so in order for us to be able to keep an eye on her and, you know what she's doing at all times, girl, that's where our Eufy pet camera system comes into play. And I really want to talk to you guys about this, because I think this is a really great tool for pet owners who really always want to just be connected with their pet, being able to see them and being able to interact with them even when they're not home. So this is a great remote tool, you guys, and I kind of want to walk you through like how this thing works. It's a wonderful device. These are offered online. I will absolutely put a link below for you guys to check it out. It's for a great price, and honestly, it's a great gift for the holiday season, whether it's for yourself or for a loved one who you know loves their pet. All you have to do is go into the App Store or Google Play and download the Eufy Pet app. It's very easy to do so, you guys. And it's also really easy to set the app up to connect it to the device, right? The step-by-step instructions are very, very simple. You connect it to your phone and you're actually able to watch the camera as it's happening live directly from your smartphone, you guys. And let me tell you, the image is extremely clear. You guys are definitely getting quality with this product. Also really clear at night, so it does come with an automatic night vision. You can talk to your dog through the app, so from your phone, you can speak into your phone while holding down the mic. And you guys, the most fun part about the Eufy Pet camera is that you can stuff treats in the top of the device, y'all. Now, Sansa loves those bacon strips. It looks like little bacon pieces, so she likes big treats. So I decided to take some kitchen scissors and cut those up into small bits and dump them right into the top of my Eufy Pet camera. And I can have the camera to shoot out treats to Sansa when I'm not even here, right? So I can talk to her through the device and tell her to sit or whatever. So you can load this thing up with your dog's favorite treats and reward them and speak to them and interact with them remotely. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try this thing out with me not being in the room. So let's see how Sansa reacts to it. I'm gonna record it on my phone so you guys can see it. Sansa was a little nervous as this was her first time experiencing this product, but what happens is you use your finger to pull the little slingshot and then it will dispense the treat out into the air and you can actually control how far it goes. And the camera itself has a motion detector on it, so it'll track your dog's movement. So if they're idle for a while, the app will kind of lay low. And if your dog gets up and start moving around, the camera will detect that movement, let you know. So it'll give you an alert on your phone and then you can go into the app and look at your live feed and you can see what your dog is doing, y'all. It is such a smart device. What did you think of it when you saw it in action?
I was like, oh my God, this is great.
And he was like, where'd you get this?
We need a security system, this is it.
It's basically like a security system. That's what it seems like to me. Just in case, you know, sometimes you might leave the house and you're worried about what they're doing. You can take that worry away because you can absolutely see them.
And also you kind of take the edge off your dog. Your dog, you know, let's say you're at work and your dog now is alone, is lonely. Hey, you can talk to your dog. Yep. Hey Sansa, how are you? And
the sound is really clear
and it's
too.
Crystal clear. Yeah, so when I speak to her, she's all happy and oh, daddy's home. So now, you know, and also she knows to behave.
Exactly.
Daddy's home.
That part.
Yeah.
So definitely you guys check out Eufy Pet if you are interested in a product like this. I highly recommend it. I think it's so fun and so smart. And like I said, it's a great gift for someone who you know really loves their pet. Get them a Eufy Pet.
This is a gift of the future, if you will.
Yeah. This thing, it is like some stuff off of Back to the Future. Yeah. It really is.
Throwing treats out and speaking to your pet and, you know, that type of thing. And you monitoring them. This is is great.
Exactly. Okay, we had to take a quick intermission, but we're back, okay? We had to check on the baby upstairs. But anyway, I wanted to let y'all know that I'm actually giving away a Eufy Pet dog camera, because I want to gift this to a fellow dog lover out there, okay? So in order to qualify for your chance to win a Eufy Pet dog camera, definitely comment in the comment section below this video and just give me your top tip for pet ownership, right? Help somebody out, all right? If someone comes across your comment, what do you want them to know? What is a tip that'll help them be a better dog owner? And I'll be choosing my favorite comment, and I'll be contacting you directly on your comment, and we will be making arrangements for me to ship you. I will be shipping it to you personally, okay? Your new Eufy Pet dog camera. Because she's such a large breed, you guys, like there's certain precautions that you have to know about in order to be a responsible large breed owner. And so we do realize that Sansa's size can be intimidating for people, adults, kids, you know, pretty much anyone. A lot of people have dog phobias and stuff like that. So we take different precautions to keep her safe as well as everyone else. So we do have a designated area for Sansa in the house, which is the laundry room, because it's a large space, large enough for her to be able to spread out and walk around. But it's also separated from the rest of the house so that if, you know, we have a plumber over here or something, you know, Sansa's not darting out the back ready to attack because she's thinking that this is an intruder. Now, it's very likely that Sansa would not get violent with someone because we have not trained her to be that way, and a lot of times you have to train these dogs to do that. But natural instinct is a whole other thing, right? And so being able to have a space where she's comfortable being so that we protect the plumber, you know, for example, if he's here. Also, having that kind of scenario protects the dog. Here's a hypothetical for you guys to consider. So think of someone coming over to your house to visit, and Sansa comes darting out because she doesn't know who this person is. We're not thinking about it because we forgot that she was laying in the living room. She comes darting out to confront this person. They pull out their weapon to protect themselves. Now your dog gets hurt, and it's your fault, right? And so that's why, you know, that kind of setup is not just to protect the humans, but also to protect the dog, because you just never know how a person is going to react to a dog of this size coming at them with that much power and that much speed. Same thing goes for taking them on walks. You know, you got to make sure you have the proper restraints. Research the proper restraints for the size of your dog, considering the weight, the height, and the muscle composition of the dog. So the restraint has to be able to hold them, whether it's a leash, a harness, or whatever. So what do we use for Sansa?
We have both. But she's pretty good, you know, put her through training, do off-leash training with her, so I can take off the leash and she's just gonna walk just normal.
Training, right? The single most important part of all of this when you are a large breed owner is that dog has got to be trained. And I ain't just talking about housebroken, all right, which is also another thing, but they have to be trained in terms of obedience training. Like Sansa has gone through multiple rounds of obedience training. She's even was able to train with some of the professional canine trainers because of my husband's connections. So it's very, very important because you have to be able to control that dog. And you can't just rely on being able to physically control them because you might lose, right? You set yourself up for loss with that one because you never know. That dog could trip you. That dog could, you know, get away from you, all right? They're masters of maneuvering, all right? They've mastered movement for themselves. And so you can't just rely on physical restraints. You have to be able to command that dog. And basic obedience helps them to develop intelligence, and they become more lovable creatures. Being able to tell them to sit, to heel, to come to you, which is very important. You gotta be able to stop them from doing something if they're doing something that you don't want them to do. You have to be able to have control over that animal, or they will have control over you, and then animal control will have control over them. So these are scenarios that you do not want, you know, if you love your dog. And we love Sansa, so we want to keep her safe at all costs. Like when you first get your dog, I mean, of course, you know, there's a learning curve, right? So you have to make time to teach them, you know, how to be housebroken and all that. But here's the thing that I want to talk about that people don't talk about when it comes to large breeds, is that the quantity of the biomaterial, okay? You know, like when you get a dog and then you expect, when they have a little accident, you expect it to be like this little puddle or this little, you know, but with a big dog, it's like, it's a lot more. And so it's very important to take the dogs on walks, okay?
When it comes to big dogs, something that really matters is space. You know, you gotta give them enough room so they can stretch out, so they can
run.
They can run. you know, just like us, sometimes we all gotta have our space, and they want their own as well. Even though they like to be up under you, but they still have to be independent.
Big dogs are some of the most affectionate dogs.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know, because I grew up with dogs all my life, and I feel like when we had the smaller dogs, they were affectionate, but not in the way that I've observed with Sansa. Like, Sansa is so, let me put my phone on silent. Sansa is so affectionate, y'all. Like, she thinks that she's this little lap dog, and she will put her paw on you when she wants affection. She wants to be caressed and rubbed all day, and she cannot be away from you for any amount of time, y'all. Like, if I'm, you know, trying to go to the bathroom, I have to close the door because Sansa will follow me in there. She just wants to be as close to you as often as possible. The last thing that I want to say before we wrap up today's video is that, you know, big dogs get a bad reputation, and I think it's mostly because they have bad owners. A dog has to be taught how to be vicious, right? I mean, there's instinct and then there's like foolishness, right? And so, you know, dogs are, you know, they really are only going to confront or be aggressive if their safety is threatened, right? Just like with any animal. With Sansa, we've actually never had any issues of her being violent with anyone. She'll assert herself with the barking, and she might have a confrontational stance to protect her territory. But if we don't teach her to attack someone when they come in the house, she's not gonna attack them.
Well, I'll say this. Sansa would defend her family, so
yeah,
that's one thing I would say.
Yeah.
I witnessed certain things that made me like, oh, you got a little smug to you, but then I realized she's protecting her little sister, us, the parents. So,
yeah,
you know, so
yeah, she's very protective.
She's very protective.
She is very protective,
the
and
sweetest dog on earth.
Yeah, and she's so good with Anne too, with Anne's special needs. I feel like Sansa, it just like she knows it. And you know how sometimes dogs will like take food from babies, you know, because they know they can and all that. It's something about Sansa, like she knows that, you know, Anne is special, and she won't do those things to her, you know. She'll sit there and beg, but she won't just take it from her. You know, she won't try to overpower her. And Anne knows it too. And girl, she will sit on Sansa's back like a little horse. She plays with her, and Sansa just sits there and just admires it and just takes it all in, because to her, it is just a form of affection. And I think she knows that Anne is a little kid and she's our baby. And I think in a way, she kind of feels like Anne is her baby too. Yeah. I think for the most part, you know, there are no regrets, you know, with having Sansa. She has really been a key member of our family. She has contributed so much love and affection to this household. Sansa keeps me company, y'all. And when I'm doing little projects and stuff on the house, she just follows me all around. It's sweet. It's sweet. And I think dogs really tap into an area of our hearts that we don't have access to on a regular. It's a compassion for animals, and dogs help us as humans to be able to have that compassion. So that's all we have for today, you guys. We don't want to keep you guys any longer, but we definitely wanted to pop in and just share some tips with you all about, you know, owning a large breed. But I really want to just recommend the Cane Corso, because Sansa has just really been the best thing for our family, and it's definitely a good breed to consider. Yeah. If you have the space and the patience and the room in your heart. So that's all we have for today, you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to Vlogmas. And definitely keep watching, because there's a video coming tomorrow. We'll see you guys then.